And one. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of ArmTalk. I'm your boy, Jody Williams, and today I have two of the guys that will be involved in the biggest tournament in California this year. I got one of the participants, Derek Smith, and I also got Kyle DePew, the guy promoting this whole thing. Boys, how we doing today?
How's it going, Jody? Man, thanks for having me on here. It's been a while. Since I've been talking to you on here, and been watching some of the shows. Excited to see you doing your thing still. Excited for California coming up, and just ready to spread the word a little bit.
I'm excited. So, guys, tell me something. And, Kyle, you've been on the air basically all day because you just got off on Uncle John. Now you're here on ArmTalk. So I know you have stressed out to the max because this is your first ever event that you're going to put on. And so I know you got butterflies the size of bats in your stomach right now. True or false?
Right now, this moment, no butterflies. I'm completely honed in, Jody. However, things can change, right? Like, I can't expect to be perfect the day of. However, I'm going to be as perfect as I can be for promoting. I mean, I have Brandon Morris, who I'm flying out. And he, in my opinion, is not only the best MC for the first year of King of Cali, but he's one of the best MCs that probably ever was. He taught Travis how to do it. I mean, he does an outstanding job with a tournament and super matches before a tournament that has the same name, King of Florida. So I'm really confident that with Brandon Morris's help and everyone's support that this is going to go off with a big hit.
Well, I'm glad. Mr. Derek Smith, as far as the staking and Stake Kings goes, you are the guy. You got your blocks all full. Tom is still lagging behind. Do you think that's going to have any kind of decision as far as how you come in, how this thing plays out?
I mean, no, it won't sway the match whatsoever on how the match turns out. It's just purely on an opportunity for us to make some money and to get this really see what the Stake Kings can do and help out ArmBet and just help blow this thing up. Is the only thing that Stake Kings has to do with it. But in terms of the actual match, no, it won't affect that at all.
So what has your training been like? Because I know a lot of people, maybe a lot of new people, are not aware of Tom Nelson. I'm like, and you and I, we've known Tom Nelson for years and stuff. We know what he used to bring to the table. And granted, he's taking time off. Okay, he sat there and he was dealing with some family issues, and some went good, others didn't. So he's been kind of out of limelight. But now he's making his comeback and stuff. And the one thing you don't want to do as an arm wrestler, because I know a lot of them, and I'm not saying Tom is like that, but the one thing you do have to recognize that somebody can be relying on the past too much, whereas a lot of the arm wrestlers now, trolls, call them what you want. They know who you are. They know your channel. They don't know anything about Tom, which probably for them would make it an easy case to pick you. True or false?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's something I've addressed a lot. Is that I know that in the more recent years or so, I've been blowing up a little bit more on social media and pushing a little bit. So a lot of YouTubers and random people with new eyes on the sport might favor me heavily. But Tom has definitely been established. I mean, I'm from California, and I've been dealing with Tom Nelson's ass for a long time and his shenanigans. And so no, I mean, I definitely know of his past pedigree, and he's a very well established arm wrestler with a ton of credentials, way more than I have. That's for sure.
Well, and like I said, Tom is one of those guys you don't want to take lightly because if he has you, he's going to let you know it. Now, my only question is does he put too much on his plate? Because you guys are the main event. However, he also has a match that same day earlier in the card. And Kyle, maybe you can help tell us this. He also has Tony Thomason left hand, who I'll have, by the way, on my show tomorrow night. And you guys can check that out. I'll let you guys know all about that later on. But he has Tony Thomason left-handed. Do you think by chance that will drain him out to where he's mentally psyched out for Derek?
Well, I'll answer this one. I incentivized Tom to either have one match or two matches. We'd make it the best. So we can't, even though, yes, it's a factor, I don't want people focusing in on it because Tom, to me, from our conversations, makes it clear that the last 10 years, his right arm has only been off because of life and whatnot. So no matter what, excuses aside and everything, should be the best version of Tom right-handed that we've seen in a very, very long time. Even if he's having a super match with Tony before it, However, there's going to be sufficient breaks. We're going to do the Dave DePew, Brandon Allen match after the Tony and Tom match to make sure that Tom can recover from his match with Tony.
Right.
It's just, the thing is, Tom was supposed to be favored. It's just we pushed the hype too hard for Derek, and now people can't favor Tom. The newer people can't favor him. The more elite people, they love him too much. They want to favor him. However, when you look on paper, Derek and his right arm have not been as successful as his left arm. And his right arm is a stronger arm, so you can use that to kind of extrapolate data.
Right.
However, he still needs to prove it. Like Mega Mike, for example, can beat Derek Smith, and no one thinks Mega Mike can beat Derek Smith in a super match. But not no one. I'm sure a lot of people do. The people that know and are around don't think so. If Mega Mike doesn't think so, they know that it's far off, right? However, Derek has had a more difficult time taking that right arm and proving what he needs to prove. And this is his opportunity to prove that he's the man of California, untested.
Right. And you know what? And how do you feel about that, Derek? Do you think there's all this pressure now coming to you? We're about, 2 days away? And now you feel like, okay, everybody's betting on me. I need to go out there and perform. I've been to Dubai. I've been training with Larry Wills, okay? I know I had the hype match going up. Do you think there's added pressure on yourself, yes or no?
I mean, it can be, but I tend to put a lot of pressure on myself regardless. So I just have to remind myself that with any match, honestly, any match, regardless of if it was on this card or I did a match in down the street or wherever it's going to be, there's going to be a lot of pressure right now just due to all the social media pushing I've been doing for the last couple of years. So if I focus on that, then it can definitely be a ton of pressure. But I just got to remind myself that all I control is myself, and all I control is my own actions. And so as long as I prep the best I can and apply myself the best I can, I mean that's the only thing really in my control.
Right.
So I mean, just go out there and do my best, and let the chips fall where they may.
Gotcha. Now, Derek, I have a real important question for you, and you can choose to answer this or not. Are you able to talk about Arm Wars?
Yeah, that's open right now.
Okay, so what happened with Arm Wars?
I had to pull out reluctantly. I was really excited. It was an insane opportunity from Neil Pickup. I backed out of it. I gave Neil the first heads up a few weeks ago, but he wanted me to see if I could try to find a way to make it work. But it turns out I wasn't able to. Where I live right now, I rent a house with a roommate, and my landlord said they want to move back into the house, and so I have to move. They gave us 60 days, and it wasn't really planned or anything like that. And so right now I didn't have, I wasn't prepped for it. I didn't have a ton of money saved up, didn't have a plan of where I'm going to move and all that stuff. So I can't really afford to take, spend $1,500 on a plane ticket and take a week off work right now when I got such big life things going on right now. So it's really bad timing. It's nothing I really control. But I mean, I told Neil and the other competitors, like, how sorry I'm having to back out and how much respect I have for them. It really sucks because I really was excited going over there, having my opportunity to be on the big stage on the Arnold's and work with Neil and maybe get my nickname finally from Neil and do all that stuff. But yeah, this is just really bad luck, really bad timing for me, I guess.
I'll give you a nickname. How about I give you Mount Derek? How about that?
He's very pithy.
Mount Derek. We'll do that. But
what's the nickname?
Mount Derek.
Mount Derek or Mount Derek?
Mount Derek. You're 6'8". You're a mountain. Mount Derek. Here we go.
Nice.
But
is that a good one, Derek?
Hey.
I don't know if I rock with that. I don't know.
Derek's the most picky person for nicknames, Jody.
What's that?
He's waiting for the perfect nickname.
Okay,
Anyone that tries to give him a nickname, he'll squash it down.
Well, there you go. Like I said, a lot of new people, with your channel that you got, Derek, and the prep going into it. And it was like, okay, I always thought, because I had Chan Shaw on, I had Ryan Espy on, and I was talking to those guys who hadn't, and you yourself, honestly, you had matches coming up before the big Arm Wars, and now that you can't make it, that's and void now. However, now since you can't make it, is all your attention go to this key in California? Because I was wondering, where was your mindset? Because you got, in 2 days, you got key in California, and then the following month, you had Arm Wars, and I was wondering, where was your mind going to be at? Are you going to be healthy enough? But now that Arm Wars is off the table for you, now you can really just pull your hair back and let loose and just let it all hang out against Tom this coming Saturday. Was that the plan?
Well, I mean, my plan, like in regards to my prep, was like I was still going to focus on Tom. I wasn't going to look past Tom in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
Just try to stay consistent in terms of like my growth and getting stronger and everything like that, and moving forward, and then have a sick match with Tom. I wasn't too obsessed with Arm Wars in regards to like looking past Tom. And then, but now that Arm Wars is off, I mean, I had to decide whether I want to compete in between now and January or just wait for the LA Fit Expo and compete there. But yeah, for now it's just kind of hanging out after Tom. I'm not really gonna. I'm not nothing. I don't really look past Saturday, to be honest. I mean,
Gotcha.
Once I finish Saturday, I've been contacted by a good amount of promoters trying to get me out to their tournaments and to look at super matches for their events and things. But like honestly, I tell them all like I'm not even thinking about anything until after Saturday.
Cool.
Well, Derek, I'm your only promoter, so that's a big issue right there.
There you go.
Hey, are we signing contracts? What the hell are we doing now?
No, I'm joking.
Well, I'll tell you what.
To pay my bills first.
Oh, there you go.
I know, Derek. I know. All right, Derek. After King of Cali, we're signing it.
There you go. Derek, I will say this. Last time I saw you in person, super duper very impressed. It was Hawthorne, Nevada, and that super heavyweight class that had you, Mega Mike, Abo, Ron Bath, Cody Merritt, Robbie Topi. The list goes on and on. And when I saw, because I was front and center at that event, when I saw was very impressive. I'm thinking, okay, somebody, some way, somehow needs to give my man D. Smith some love. And when I saw it, I'm thinking, okay, somebody reach out. Do you think that was a turning point? Because as Kyle just mentioned earlier in the show, that who has Derek, how's he compare right-handed? And when I saw, I was like, okay, this is big time stuff over here. Do you think that was the turning point to go, okay, I need to have Neil Pickup give me a call. I need to be, on the big stage.
Well, I think that because I don't, in regards to how good of an arm wrestler I actually am, or compared to how good an arm wrestler social media thinks I am, right? That's the two things, right? So,
right.
So the social media train had been moving, but in regards to like the actual community and like the more influential people within the community being impressed by what I can do, because they're looking for the real stuff, like I guess that was more of a showing, a demonstration of where I'm kind of at in regards to my actual abilities. So yeah, I'm sure that opened up the door on a few things, on opening a few people's eyes in the inner community of the sport, So yeah, that would have prompted like Neil Pickup and those guys to hit me up. But honestly, a lot of the opportunities that I'm given or will be given, hopefully, are half due to my social media presence and half due to me being a good arm wrestler, right? It's like, because that's becoming the new thing in the sport. Like, you got to bring something more to the table and more to a promoter's event than just your ability to pin an arm.
Gotcha.
Right? And that's the game that's becoming.
Here's a question for both guys, but I want Kyle to answer first. So, Kyle, you were on the show with me after the Fatal 4-Way with Chance Shaw. We sat in the living room, cut a show right there. And Chance made the comment about 3 guys who are the future in the super heavyweights. It was himself, Corey West, and Derek Smith. And he also mentioned that he doesn't want to face them now because they're both climbing to the top. He wants to face those guys while all of them are on the top. First of all, what's your response to that, Kyle? Then Derek, you can answer after that.
Yeah, it's funny because, a lot of people take offense to Chance saying that. However, people need to realize, especially with Derek, this isn't something that Chance decided a month ago. This is something Chance decided the day he met Derek in 2015 when he came out to supermatch Cody Hadley.
Mm-hmm.
Chance has always wanted to have a hyped up thing between him and Derek, and he is afraid of it not being as big as it could be. And I get that he may be wrong, right? Like, they could probably make it really big. And I've tried to get him to do it, and I think Derek also wants it to be big, right? However, Chance just wants it to be really big. So it's important that it's done when they both have that hype, you know?
Right.
Chance wants Derek to be number one, you know, or number two, and Chance wants to be number one or number two. It's that they care so much about it, right? Especially Chance, if he wants it to be the biggest it could possibly be. So it may take time, or it may happen sooner than later. Obviously, it almost happened. Like, if Derek had beat Kerdeka and Chance had beat Espy, they would have had to have arm wrestled. Like, they would have had no choice.
Right. Derek, your response to that?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of what Kyle said. It echoes that. I mean, like I was telling people on my channel last night, it's kind of like two of us are trying to climb Mount Olympus. We're climbing up the side of a mountain. We can't start throwing punches at each other while we're climbing. You know,
right.
Like it's going to do nothing but hinder our ability to climb forward and hold us back or knock us off the climb in general. You know, and so until we get to the top, until we have stable footing, and until we're prepared to fight with each other, we're just going to keep helping each other climb up a little bit, encourage the other one to keep going. And with Corey, I know Corey doesn't have a big social media presence; he's not out there. But me and Chance do nothing but show love for Corey West, and there's a lot of other guys besides that too. It's just those are the names that Chance chose on his behalf that he doesn't want to arm wrestle with. But I can acknowledge there's a ton of super heavyweights that are up and coming. It's not just us three. It's just us three are getting the most love on social media. And that's why these three names are, because of Michael Todd's channel, Corey's all over it, and
right.
then Chance has his other thing, and I have my thing going on. But like, there's other people, and I really hope that other super heavyweights don't get discouraged or feel like, at least on my behalf, that I'm whatsoever looking past them or looking down on them or anything like that. I acknowledge fully that there's guys stronger than me out there. They're super capable. They're amazing people and a big arm wrestler. But yeah, in regards to me competing with Chance, like, yeah, we don't want to kind of spoil it too early what we think could be something really big. And also, you know, I would destroy Chance, so scared. So, yeah.
Well, good. And here's the thing. After Chance made that comment, all three of you guys were on the clock. What I mean by that is that, okay, now Chance, hey, you're pulling John Brezink. All the hype was around that weekend in the weeks leading up to it. Okay, Derek Smith, you got a match with Tom Nelson. All the hype in the week leading up to it, the focal point was the King, California. Once that's come and gone after the weekend, all the hype will be on Corey West because he's pulling Todzilla in Texas. Okay, now from that standpoint on, and I know all three of you guys are going to be watching each other's matches. Here's my question. Does that mean you guys are at a point in your career now where, hey, maybe I won't pull so many more tournaments, but more one-on-one matches? How do you feel about that?
It might end up getting to that only because, like, in terms of spacing, I really do like taking a set amount of time in my own and like taking a date of my own accord when I'm going to compete and really structure out my training that way so I can make sure I'm the strongest guy I've ever been at each outing.
Right.
And tournaments I don't get to choose the date, and tournaments kind of pop off. And so, and they're every other week, you know what I mean? So, I might end up gearing more towards super matching only. But, dude, obviously, I still love tournaments, and there's a lot of tournaments I still need to check off my bucket list. You know, hopefully that pick back up. I've never done the Michael Classic. I really want to try to win at Arnold's. There's a lot. I haven't done Slotty. There's a lot of tournaments I still haven't done that I really want to try out. So, I mean, I think I'll stick to tournaments for a little while longer, but eventually, yeah, I tend to be a super match guy.
Yeah, because it'd be cool to see you because you've been to Worlds, on a couple occasions, WAF Worlds.
Yeah. And
we'd love to see you at Nemiroff, you know, because right there you can really test yourself against some of the studs over there. Again, and you and I actually, it was a couple years ago, and the last Arnold's they had, and, you know, I had to pull you. Didn't work in my favor, but nonetheless, you know, we got on the table and stuff, and even then I knew it was very difficult trying to pull somebody with a longer arm, and it was like, okay, this is not fair. But with that being said, I would love to see you in other matches. I would love to see you against a Don Underwood. I would love to see you against a Robbie Topi or some sort like that. I would love to see that. Hey, maybe we can duel and have, hey, we'll have Team Alpha Empire. We'll have Derek Smith and Mega Mike, and then we'll have Team Monster with Michael Todd, Corey West. Oh my God, how the fuck would that work? Can you imagine that?
I don't know who would arm wrestle who. Everybody wants to see me arm wrestle Corey West. So Mike's gonna arm wrestle Michael Todd. Mega Mike's arm wrestle Michael Todd.
Sure, why not? Fuck it, why not?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Mega Mike hasn't done enough to warrant it. However, if Michael will give Mega Mike the match, then we'll see who really is Mega Mike.
Yeah.
The hell? Yo, I'm crazy.
I mean, okay, and so
I'm too much of a promoter.
no, that's not a bad thing. And the reason why I said that because when this show is done, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna get back on here, and I'm gonna talk about people reaching out to other people for super matches, whether someone's at the top 5 against somebody who's the bottom 20.
Anyone can call out anyone, you know? Like, there's a lot of rules, steps, not rules, but there's kind of like a procedure, right? Like, you have to go through the pecking order. And Mega Mike has not done it yet. However, he also hasn't lost. So you have a very interesting thing. Like, he got a match with Jordan Sill, and that's coming up really, really soon. And he hasn't even been able to prepare for it. So let's say, for example, he beats Jordan Sill.
Right.
What happens from that point for Mega Mike?
It's a skyrocket because now his stock is going up. And all of a sudden now it's like, hey, well, where's his social media channel? Hey, you know, what's going on with him? You know what I mean? They need somebody to push him. Oh, that's Derek Smith's boy. Let's go ahead and get on Derek Smith's channel just on the off chance he has Mega Mike as a guest. The sky's the limit. If he can beat Jordan Steele, the sky's the limit. You know, but the one thing people do, I think they should not do, and I'll get you guys this answer after I say this statement. When someone loses, doesn't always mean that their stock just automatically drops. Okay?
I agree.
Right. Chance lost to John Brzenk, didn't mean his stock dropped. Okay? If for some reason Derek, loses to Tom Nelson or Tom loses to Derek, I don't think neither guys lose their stock. Think of Corey West and Todd Hutchings. Who's going to win? Hey, it can go up, but if someone lost, is it going to take a hit? I don't think so. So I think people should not be so hard. And then when you got staking involved, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, that guy's a fucking bum because, I lost money. I bet on him. And that guy, he's no good. I think people should not do it that way. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Like in regards to me losing my stock, I feel like Chance, and Chance gives a shit about this all the time, and he's right. Like he's done a lot lately in terms of like proving himself and getting out there and competing. I mean, besides the Hawthorne thing, I haven't been too active as of late, and with COVID and everything, like I haven't been arm wrestling too much, just going on little trips on YouTube and stuff like that. But I wasn't competing a lot, so this is supposed to be a big showing of where I potentially am.
Right.
So if this show in regards to go too well for me, then I think it is a weird indicator of where I might or might not be. I mean, especially with Tom recently, just kind of getting active again and things like that. Like if I'm not too successful or I have a bad showing with Tom, then how would I have done with Alex Kardecka or the other top guys, right? So in regards to me, I think it does. I don't think it'll break me or anything like that, but I think it is a good indicator of what my current level is, or if I'm at the level that most people think I might be, or I hope I am.
Good, Kyle. What's your thoughts on that?
I love Derek. He's my best friend. One of my best friends, at least, right? But I need people to realize that Tom can win this match and can be the favorite to win. So I want to focus in on that because I haven't been able to sell a block yet for Tom and Derek. It's important to me that I can sell at least one of those blocks. So if people want to go back and review the evidence, they should. And they should find it in themselves to go throw $5 on Tom Nelson, no matter what, because it supports Tom and it supports Derek. And whether you love Derek or you don't love Derek, I don't think losing $5 is as important as making sure that both athletes get a little bit of compensation here for this, So that's the way I view it. Either way, I'm going to be really happy with both of them because they both gave me nothing but respect and my whole game in this sport. I mean, Derek has tried to not only inspire me but keep me active in the sport, And it's been hard at times when I've wanted to step away and not have anything to do with the sport. So I really appreciate Derek, and I want to see him win, but I do not care either way. I'll be happy with the outcome, and I'm just really happy that everything became what it became, you know. And no matter what happens the day of, it's going to be a really fun day, and I think everyone should be there.
You know, I still don't understand how the staking thing works. So let's just say, for example, somebody help me out here. Let's just say I take $5 and put it on one of you guys to win, and the person I put my $5 on wins. So does that mean I get my $5 back? Is that how it works?
You get the $5 that you betted,
okay,
and you get a little bit of change.
Oh, okay. So I wasn't sure how this whole thing worked. You know,
if your prediction's right, you don't lose money. You only win money.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the more you put in, at least a little bit more you get back.
A little more, but it's the same percent you get back, and that percent I think varies. I mean, I don't really know all the logistics either, Jody.
Right.
However, I do know it's more so an investment in the sport than anything.
Gotcha.
It's to have fun. No one should take it too serious. No one should be betting mortgages and, you know, getting too stressed over it, because staking is not a good investment for yourself. You know, even if you think you're the smartest guy in the world and you can predict everything, this is not something to make money. This is something to help the sport grow.
Got it. Well, let's see here. Let's get some of these comments out the way. And if I haven't done that, I'm sorry. There's a lot of people in the comments. Justin Green said November 20th. I do believe he might have been talking about the what was that, Mega Mike versus Justin Green?
Yeah.
At the Brazilian Cup. Jeremy James says he thought there was a minimum of staking of $20. Like, now I was just using $5 as an example.
I'm not sure. $5 might be a horrible thing to say if there's a minimum. I'm not aware.
Right. Here's another question, because they're just coming off the top of my head, right? I think we're at a point where arm wrestlers, once you become, let's just say, and I think people like Chance, Derek, Corey, you know, Tom Nelson, I'm okay with saying you guys are a household name because of social media or what have you. I think now arm wrestling has turned to a point where we're teaching it as UFC, right? Where, you know, you can fight, you know, 2 fights in 1 calendar year, meaning that, or even boxing, like, hey, give me about 3 or 4 months to prepare for this match. I'll have the match, heal up, and then maybe 6 months later or even 4 months later, I'll have another match. Do you think we are at that point in the sport of arm wrestling? Derek Smith, there's your question.
I mean, in terms of prep, I mean, I think a lot of the top guys have been doing that for a while. I mean, I know Herman Stevens, and back when he was living in Southern California, used to talk to him, and he tries not to pull any more than 4 or 5 times a year. And I mean, compared to fighting, I think fighters do even less, you know, traditionally. But yeah, I mean, I think spacing it out and making sure that, like, you're not injured and you've had time to make gains and prep for, especially in super matches, prep for that one person and fine tune your moves and everything for that. I mean, yeah, you kind of have to have time to space it out. I think it reduces injuries and prolongs your career doing it that way, to be honest.
All right.
Derek is right. However, I think it's important for us to be aware that in the grand scheme of things, everyone needs to do whatever makes them happy and makes them want to arm wrestle. Because when you put pressure on yourself like that, you will become the best, right? And that's what Derek wants. Not everyone truly wants to be the best. They only kind of want to be the best, you know? So everyone's approach is going to have to vary. And I think people need to have fun. And not everyone should probably pull once a year.
Right.
That's my opinion.
So a question from Justin Green. He wants to know, why is Jordan Seal like the guy? Why is he the gauge? You know, and my comment would be because Jordan pulls so much. You know, he just pulled Brendan L. Seltzer. You know, he has Mega Mike. And I think Jordan's one of those guys that he just likes to compete. That's just the way it is. And, you know, it seemed like everybody wants a piece of Jordan. Maybe Aaron Yearsley wants a piece of Jordan. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I'm just saying, you know, I'm on my question, this is for Kyle. Okay. So let's just say Derek wins this match with Tom, right? He is considered the king of California. Now, with that being said, is there some kind of award where, let's just say, hey, next year, this second edition of King of California, Derek has to put that title on the line against whoever that competitor may be. Do you see something like that happening?
Potentially. Like, to be honest with you, Jody, there is an award. Unfortunately, the only one I have the budget for to get an award is Derek and Tom. I cannot promise there'll be a King of Cali 2. I know a lot of people want it, and a lot of people tell me that they're prepping for it, no matter what it is, right? However, I have to do what's good for me and what's good for the sport, and it was just important to do this, and I will do a King of Cali 2 if I'm able to. And things will be different. I don't know if I would make Derek bring an award back or if he would just bring like a placeholder of some sort. Like, anything can happen, honestly. It's just too far out to perceive it. Like, I'm already working the logistics with Tim Lewis and Chance on a big kids event. And Queen of Cali, I'm planning out for May. I'm hoping to get mentorship from Lori Cole for that one. And there's just so much to do. And as much as I would love for there to be a King of Cali 2, it has to make sense.
Right.
Like, I need to look at the California State Championships and try to extrapolate data there to see if I can do a fully fledged every title, every match type thing. Because my goal was to only do 4 matches. I already pushed it out of that because originally my goal was to do matches with everyone on the card of Game of Arms.
Yeah.
However, when I lost Tom and Derek in, I was like, all right, I can only do 4. However, I pushed it a little farther. So it's really going to depend how things unfold. I don't have a for sure answer. But yes, they will get an award. I really like how it looks. I think you can find it. I'm pretty sure I posted it up. So I hope everyone's happy with it.
The thing is, though, you got to realize, too, as being a promoter, it's probably one of the most stressful things there because I've been there. You have to make sure, okay, if I'm having these super matches, are they going to commit? 1. 2, if, like for I put on an event, it was a benefit event, had no idea I was going to have 180 entries, right? So this was back in June. As a / I was also like one of the down refs. I also competed. And, of course, Leonard and Denise did the direct and everything, but I'm also the host. So I had to sit there and make sure, okay, are you guys pulling the super matches? Can you make it? Yes, no. Okay, cool. Now I got to make sure the venue's taking place or taken care of. I got to make sure we have enough T-shirts, to sell on top of the T-shirts you get when you get your entry fee. I had to make sure, because our event was held outside, I had to make sure, okay, the food truck, can you make it? Yes. Let me know. So there's so much on your plate that you got to make sure it goes right as you are a promoter. And by the way, when I was all said and done, and trust me, Kyle, you're going to hear this, it was like, dude, that was an awesome event. Are you going to have it next year? Because I know there were guys that could not make my event because of work or they had previous plans or whatever, and they're asking me, dude, awesome event. Are you going to have it next year? I will be there. In your case, there's no tournament, but I assure you, when this thing comes and goes, probably by Sunday or Monday morning, you're going to get a lot of calls. Bro, that was so awesome. Are you going to do it again next year? Trust me when I say that.
I mean, a lot of people have called me really dumb for not doing a tournament, but there's never a tournament in my mind. And when I got it locked in 5 months ago, I really didn't want to do a tournament right before Worlds. I had to be stubborn with it because I really didn't feel like that would be good for the sport no matter what. I mean, I get that California is far away from Florida. However, I care about the IFA. I care about any world champion title that I could go get myself or go help people get, and it's not fair to me to take away from it. So I really wanted to make sure that this would give back and accomplish dreams of mine and dreams of other people and not be a hindrance to the sport. So there's been a lot of stress involved in trying to figure out the money situation, work out all the logistics. However, I never put that stress on people.
Right.
And people rose to the occasion and wanted to help out in different ways. And there's not as much stress as you would think when people will do things out of the kindness of their heart. Like when I had offered Tom, I said, this would be the official amount of money I offer you for showing up. 5 months ago, I was like, Tom, please work with me. This is my opportunity, and I really need this. He said, I know you well. I want to work with you and you only. Don't pay me that much. Pay me this. And that was really how it started,
Mm-hmm.
However, Tom said, he's coming for those winner bonuses, and he doesn't want a show-up fee, and he appreciates what I've done. So it means a lot, Jody, to have everyone's respect this way. I know some people might not believe in it, but the people that really matter do, and I'm just trying to give back and make sure this is something fun for myself and for them.
No, I get it. And, like for me, this is an awesome gesture by Tom Nelson. I know for me, and this is the part where I'm a weirdo, okay? So, super matches. I'm not all about putting up money, which would probably shy away from the big challenges I would love to seek, but it's more pride. It's more like, hey, where do I stand in the realm of some of the top-notch guys? But I also got to realize, okay, for that to happen, you got to put up some funds. Okay, I get it, whatever, So I get all that. Now, Derek Smith, what are your plans for the LA Expo?
As right now, I plan to pull. I'll be there full force. My whole team of 35 plus guys wearing the Outbound Fire shirt, rolling through there. As right now, I plan to pull. I think Mike was in talks, if I remember correctly, with Bill Collins about having a super match for somebody in there. I just plan to end the tournament. As long as I'm not injured or something crazy. But the plan right now is generally that.
How much does
so happy to hear that.
Oh yeah. How much does Mega Mike weigh?
Mike, he's gotten as big as 270, and Hawthorne he's 270.
Okay.
The plan right now is for Mike to be walking around at 242, or to be able to make 242 at events. Gotcha. That's why the match with Jordan Hill is crazy far off, because isn't Jordan ranked at 242s?
Yeah, Jordan bounces. Because he walks around 220, so it's kind of like but it always seems like Jordan gets himself in these matches against super heavyweights. Now I don't know if they call him out because Jordan's not going to say no, because he's the guy. He's the lunchbox guy. This is not a bad thing when I say that. He's the guy that goes in there, clocks in, whoops some ass, have a lunch break, clocks out, goes home. Okay. It just so happens, aside from the Brendan Elcessor match recently, it seemed like all the heavyweights want a piece of Jordan. I don't know why, but it just seems that way, It is what it is. I don't know why, but 242 Mega Mike would be a dangerous Mega Mike, So
if Mike says he's feeling stronger than ever right now, and he's pretty much, I think, 250 right now, and he says he's stronger than he's ever been. All his gym numbers are all-time high. Everything's feeling like an all-time high right now. So I think him keeping his strength and getting stronger at that weight is a bad day for anybody at that weight.
It is. I think it's important to note that Mega Mike could be a 300 if he wanted to. He wants to be 242. It matters to him if he wants to be number one at that weight, And he respects Derek bringing him up. And Derek would beat him in a super match, for sure, in my mind. However, that's only because of skills that Derek has, I think. It's not really much of a strength difference. Like, Mega Mike, for only being 2 years in, is a phenom.
Yeah.
So, I think, because I talk to Mega Mike frequently enough, I feel like him dropping down is what he wants to do, because he wants to make sure that he's number one at that weight, because he wants to make sure he has that for California. Like, it's important to him,
Right.
But you never know. Someone's plans may change, Mega Mike might go crazy one day and decide he's coming for Derek, And you have to always be prepared for that sort of thing. Like, the sport's pretty unpredictable.
Yeah.
Very cool to see, and I can't wait to see him pull Hoffman, because Hoffman's always been so accomplished in the sport, and he's had all the opportunities he could ever want. He was a natural talent. He had a lot of strength. But it's not like we're doing Hoffman an easy match to come back to here. We're doing him a very hard match.
Gotcha. I got 2 questions, one for each guy. Derek Smith, Justin Green. They're both from Justin Green, by the way. Justin Green wants to know, hey, Derek, for every alpha team member that he beats, does that mean he gets a T-shirt?
Everyone above his weight in his class that he beats, he gets a T-shirt.
There you go, Justin. And the second question, this one's for Kyle. If you happen to put on another King of California event? Is it just going to be California exclusive, or at some point are you going to venture out into other states?
Well, anything that ventures out is not really a King of Cali in this vision I have at this moment.
Right.
Like even having the exhibition match, I mean, it's the coolest exhibition match I could ever have right now in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
However, it ventures away from the whole Cali card type of goal, you know? So there's certain things that I would need to really think hard on, get to my notes, and really think critically, because everything changes, right? I just want to see, because I would like to, I can't really promise it, because I want to be able to accomplish a really big Queen of Cali in May, and then that would help me understand what I would want a King of Cali 2 to be if I ever were to do one.
Gotcha. No, I get that.
And a lot can happen, so I just don't know at this time.
But I do like the format if you kept it the same time in September, because we all know once that calendar flips and we're in January, hey, man, I got 9 months to get ready for the King California. And then all of a sudden people are like, licking their chops or getting ready for it, knowing that every year in September, come fall season, hey, here we go. King of California is on the horizon. So, yeah, I do like that vision you got. Hopefully it continues.
I would love that. I really do. I really want to have that be my legacy if I can. However, I think people need to know that what they can rely on is the UAL state championships and Bland Park, the World Amateurs. Like those are the California things that people should rely on. People should look forward to. This is not a one and done. However, I can't give people the answers that they want to have at this moment, because I have to learn. I have to go off and figure out what I want to do for a King of Cali 2 if I were to do it,
Right.
It very well be next summer. I just can't. There's just no way for me to know that right now.
No, that's totally understandable. You gotta. It's almost like you gotta take baby steps. Okay, baby steps, baby steps, baby steps, and then every time you put an event on, you always learn something from it. You kind of go, okay, I'll make sure I don't do this anymore, or you kind of go, oh, this was good. Maybe I can capitalize by expanding out a little bit more. So you always got, as a promoter, you always look at the event that took place, take a step back, look, okay, what was the biggest thing that happened in a good way? What was something that took place that you didn't like? You can alter things like that, because you don't have to do another event like the following month or anything like that, where it's WWE, where they're like having a pay-per-view, every month. You have time to look at and go, okay, maybe next year, maybe I can get 2 bigger names from the state of California with intriguing matchups. You know what I mean?
It's just so hard to prep things out. And for something that I want to be the biggest it can be, I might have to be a lot more secretive about its prep time. I don't know if I could announce it soon out. Like, I just have no answers right now.
Right.
But I would love to do it. I already love the idea of it. I mean, Kenny Hughes, when he pulled out of King of Cali, he said he wanted to stay sober for a year for King of Cali 2, and nothing in the world means more to me than that statement, like that means a lot to me. And I want to be able to make sure I don't let people down and that sort of thing. However, I just have to make sure if I ever did it again, it could be bigger and better. And I don't even know how this one's going to go. So,
well, I mean, you can also do a team tournament next year. Hey, we got the guys in Northern California, the Petaluma boys. You got, Derek's crew. You got the Bakerfield guys. You got San Diego. So, I mean, you got all kinds. I mean, just a lot of things you can do with that going into next year. But I don't want to get too far into that, because you got a lot on your plate now. You got to sit back and see how this thing goes. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Exactly. So, Derek Smith, my man, tell everybody, how is your training? Are you like, once you get done training, how much time you take away? So now you got Tom Nelson in a couple of days. At what point did you stop your training so you can go, okay, I want to be as fresh as I can be. I want to be as healthy as I can be with no nicks or bruises?
I lifted heavy up till last week, and I stopped last weekend. This week has been nothing but chilling. On this past Sunday, I got worked on. I had my buddy Crispin Woods come through and adjust me and really work on my arms and kind of set everything back to neutral, so there's no nagging injuries and everything's good to go. My right arm. And this week I've just been taking it easy. Today, actually, Thursday, I'm going to grab some light bands. I don't like going into events or matches feeling too loose.
Right.
So I'm gonna grab some bands and just get a little tiny bit of tension in my arm. Nothing to break anything down. Just so I can kind of feel a little bit of weight in my hand. And then after that, I'll just be relaxing and eating and hydrating and prepping for the big match. But in regards to like my lifting and training like that, I'm at all time strong. Like my last few heavy workouts I did before I took a break, I was doing working sets with things that were my maxes, months ago. So everything's at all time high. I mean, I can be no stronger or more healthy or more ready as of right now.
All right. Hey, let's play a game for a second. All right. I want to see you pull this gentleman. Okay. However, you got 3 guesses. Okay, Derek. So go ahead, my friend. 3 guesses.
Who you want to see me pull?
I want to see you pull this individual, and I see it one of these days, maybe real soon. But you got 3 guesses. Go ahead. Guess number 1.
Jacob Abbott.
Nope.
So I'm guessing up in your neck of the woods.
Not necessarily.
Mike Ayala.
Nope. Oh, that'd be a good match too, but no.
It's not those 2. I mean, we already talked about quarterbacks and champs, so I don't know. Wayne Withers.
You read my mind. Yes. Kyle DePew, you're a promoter. Wayne Withers, Derek Smith. Can you make that happen?
I can make it happen. I mean, it's a decent matchup. If Derek wants it, then I'll do everything in my power to make it happen.
Because you got 2 dudes who are about no shorter. I mean, I think Wayne's up about 6'6", 6'7" too. So
he's huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Both you guys very huge, and it's like going, you talk about some guys, some serious beef on the table.
Yeah.
I want to see that match. Derek, how would you feel pulling someone like Wayne Withers?
I feel good. I'm fine to have a match with Wayne. We pulled once. Well, no, we pulled a few times at a tournament and a round robin years ago.
Yeah.
And Wayne beat me in the round robin, and then I beat him in the tournament early in the brackets, and I think he beat me in the finals.
Right.
And then I was right-handed. I'm pretty sure I beat him left-handed. So, but we went back and forth, and then we practiced at Michael Todd's house a few months ago when I went out there. He showed up, we practiced. But yeah, I'm definitely down to have a match with him. It's a good buddy of mine. Wayne's an awesome arm wrestler with a ton of abilities, that gigantic hand and that strong post.
Yeah.
Wayne, ton of respect for Wayne for sure.
And I already got the Chance Shaw match in my mind already, Kyle. I want to see in the super match format, Chance Shaw versus Robbie Burnett. I'm throwing all kind of shit out there right now.
When you say a match, Chance Shaw and Robbie Burnett.
What's that?
That's obviously a match I really like.
Yeah.
So, if Chance and Robbie ever wanted to do it, I would definitely try to make it happen. Like, there are certain things that when you say a match, I do want them to happen, and I would work hard to make it happen. And that is one of them. Like, if Chance and Robbie want to face each other again, and they want to make it big, then I would love to put it on. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I mean, there's so much potential. I can't say because I haven't decided. I still need to talk with Tim and Chance on it because we have the kids event coming up.
Right.
It needs to be all about the kids.
Right.
However, if we did an undercard to the kids event and we wanted to make it 2 big pullers pulling, then Chance and Robbie's pretty easy. Chance would already be there promoting it. So it's literally, I mean, whatever people want to do, it just needs to make sense, you know?
I don't think Chance would take that, but in my opinion.
I don't know if he would either, you know?
Well, not because I'm saying that he's scared of Robbie, but now that Robbie's trying to touch 242s and Chance saw about moving his trajectory forward, he won't see, and Chance cares about like actual rankings, and that doesn't help Chance's ranking whatsoever. And so that would just be the match to make other people happy at this point.
However, yes.
To make it make sense, Chance would need to be able to make some money because, you know, people got to pay the bills, you know?
I get that.
So,
at the same time, though.
Matches are dictated for different reasons, you know?
Right. And I see both you guys' point. However, last time Chance went up against Robbie, didn't Robbie beat him twice in that tournament in Texas?
Yeah, Robbie won.
Right. So it's not like, well, you got to put this money. I'm like, yeah, Chance, but you got to prove to yourself that you can beat, because when y'all went toe to toe, Robbie came out on top. So I mean, there is something to kind of go, okay. What's that? But I think Robbie's like cutting weight or something like that. So maybe that might be a mismatch.
Robbie may cut weight for longer. He may stop cutting weight. Like, we just don't know where Robbie will decide to go, right? Like, Robbie can go do whatever he wants, and he has huge success in the sport already. So I'm not going to say that match can't happen, and I would love the match. However, a lot would need to be worked out to make sure it could happen.
Right. Hey, maybe. And one of these days, Mr. Kyle DePew, I want to help you out if you don't mind. I want to help you avenge one of your matches. I want to go out there and, you know what, Kyle, how about this? How about me against Levi Prince? I'm going to go avenge your loss. I'm going to step in and pull that big dude. How about that?
So I like the match, and here's why. Levi's a great guy. Your left arm is super high ranked. However, you double classed, and you took a loss to Levi left-handed when most people thought I could beat Levi left-handed. However, we don't know how strong Levi's left is. We don't know how tired you were because you double classed. So I would love to see you beat Levi left-handed just as much as I would love to see Levi beat you left-handed. Like, that's really cool. So if you ever want to come out to Oklahoma, I would like to arrange it to where we could both go, and you could pull Levi again, because I think that's really fun.
Oh, yeah. I would love to say, hey, don't be picking on my boy. Honestly, I sat there and I was like going, I'm not sure how that match even started, but I'm like going, dude, that weighs you by a fully obese man. And I'm like going, how the fuck did I even like come apart? I mean, how did that even match started? I was looking like going, Kyle, you sure you want to pull this dude? It was just like not even remotely fair. I'm thinking, fuck that, you know? And
to be honest, I love pulling people that are hard to beat. I've just been so realistic with matches, and Chance is the only person that really planned out my matches the last 6 months. And he humbles me and makes sure I'm making smart decisions. And he said, you have to pull Levi. That is a good match. You probably win. So when you get told that, you don't really have much of a choice, right? So people made it seem I was crazy for challenging Levi. However, Levi came in a form that was just too strong. I don't think I wasn't prepared. I mean, I had a lot going on, and it was hard to prep the way I wanted. However, I did prep the best I could. Like, I felt so strong that day for a super match. Like, to go in and win a right-handed super match. Like, I was mentally there. You know, I took training serious. And Levi's weaknesses that I planned to exploit ended up being too strong.
Right.
Like, his up and his back pressure, the things I thought he couldn't even hang with me on probably, were too strong.
Hey, well, that's what we learned, you know. Yeah, I would love to pull that guy. I mean, that big dude.
Sure.
What was he about 3?
No, he was about 330 when we planned the match, and he got up to 380 really quick.
Well, shit, I would love to get a hold of that big dude and see what I can do with that. So, but
Levi's the guy that doesn't get the respect he deserves either, Jody.
Yeah.
However, when you give him incentive to train, I mean, he can come ready. And we saw it that day. Like, I know Levi doesn't always win the pro stuff that he tries to enter and win.
Right.
However, he does have super match wins on Matt Satori. And he did beat people that day, yourself and other people, that no one thought he could ever beat that day.
Oh, yeah.
So if Levi's given another opportunity, I think he'll shock some people.
Oh, yeah. He'll train hard for it.
I wasn't the person for it because I wasn't well known. It wasn't a great match for Levi because he didn't have as much to gain as I did.
Right. Well, Derek, so maybe one of these days.
I hope he gets a good match.
Oh, I would love to. I mean, we'll have to, wait down the road and see how that works out. Mr. Smith, do I need to go get a hold of Wayne Withers and go, hey, Wayne, what do you think of you and Derek Smith sometime in the future? Y'all can lock horns?
No, Wayne mentioned that a few times on a bunch of different channels that he'd like to pull me. And like I said, I mean, I have no problems pulling Wayne. As far as my I'm not looking past Tom, and I'm not making any plans as of yet, whatsoever, not even a little bit. The Arm Wars thing was an opportunity, obviously I couldn't pass up. But in regards to making plans, I haven't really started looking around yet. I got to see how I'm doing with the Tom Nelson thing. I got to see where I'm at with Tom first.
Okay.
Make any kind of plan.
In all fairness, I won't even bring it up until maybe Sunday or something like that. That way, that's come and gone. So that way, you're not even thinking that. No one's getting a hold of you going, dude, where do you I'll let it go, you know? And maybe, like I said, when this comes and goes, Monday morning or something like that, or Sunday morning going, all right, how about this? And just see where it goes, you know?
Yeah.
Because we all know Kyle DePew or maybe a Paul Tilia is only a phone call away as far as making matches happen, yeah?
Well, Paul has a lot more resources than I do to make stuff happen.
Right.
He, in my opinion, whether you like Paul or not, no one in the sport of arm wrestling right now has accomplished more for us in North America probably than Paul, Travis, and a few others, right?
Yeah.
In the last year. It's not to say that Paul will forever be the number one. Like, in my mind, Bill Collins is the number one of Cali.
Yeah.
Hands down. It's not even close. However, Paul travels all over the country making stuff happen for us.
Right.
And he pours his heart and soul into it, you know? So I respect what Paul does, and Paul is way above me.
Yeah.
So I'm not really the person to call. However, I'll always try to become better and become someone that can do things for people in the sport, because that's what people have tried to tell me for so long and fill me with the confidence to do. Right. And I'm just trying to make sure that this first event goes the way I want it to.
I will say this. With Paul Tilia, because I like the way he does that, because it's almost like as a competitor, you almost want to sit by the phone. Continue your life with the family and work and workouts, because you never know when he'll give you a call and go, bro, hey, what's up? What do you think October 16th in Texas? You never know. So you always got to kind of make yourself available, you know, and hey, he may have something up his sleeve or whatnot. So you go ahead and do that.
Definitely. I mean, me and Levi were on Paul's card. So
right.
Paul's already done a lot for me. So I want to make sure if Paul ever needs my help, that I can help. I don't know if I'll always be able to. However, I just want to be able to help people and make the sport bigger.
Right. I get it, man. Well, guys, we've been on here for almost an hour and stuff. I want to thank you guys for joining me on the show. Kyle, you've been doing all kinds of interviews all throughout the day. I know you need a bathroom break at some point, so I want to thank you. What's that?
Not even needed. I just appreciate you having me on, man. It's been really great to. I met you in Oklahoma. I mean, I knew who you were before and followed you, so it just means a lot that you've supported me in this way.
Hey, well, hey, just so you know, I thank you too for allowing me to help plug this event. And just so you guys know, tomorrow night on this channel, I have Tony Thomason, Tom Nelson's other opponent, pulling left-handed. He'll be on my show tomorrow night at 7 p.m.
Right on.
So, Derek, my friend, thank you very much. I know you're going to be a busy to get your mind ready, so I'm going to cut you loose so you can continue your day and stuff. And, my friend, good luck. I will be watching.
Thank you, Joe. Yeah, I appreciate you having me on, man. Yeah, it's gonna be a crazy couple of days, just getting focused and getting ready and making sure I execute the moment of, you know. So the build-up is real, and hopefully I don't let all the people that's been supporting me down, you know. So I'll see you there.
It's going to be good for the sport, Derek, and I appreciate you so much. There's a couple people who filled me with the confidence to even try to do something like this, and Derek's always been there for me. So I really appreciate him, and I appreciate what he's done for me here.
That's what it's all about. All right, gentlemen. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. We'll talk soon.
Thank you, Jody.
Take care.
Talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Talk to you later.
So that was Kyle DePew promoting the King of California. That was Derek Smith. Major event, major opponent, major match with Tom Nelson right-handed for the King of California. I want to thank everybody in the chat who joined me today. Cobra Road, Stephanie, Spencer, Spencer Doucette, everybody in there. 98% chimed in for a minute, you know. T-shirts coming. I can't wait to wear it. I want to thank everybody out there. Jeremy James. List goes on and on. Preacher Arm Wrestling. Awesome. So again, Thank you for joining me. And tomorrow, 7 p.m., right here in the Foxhole, your boy Jody Williams and Tony Thompson will be my guest. Until then, as always, I will see you when I see you. Y'all have a good day now.